Coach, super excited to talk today about A, win, B, against Dallas, and see some of these young guys who had outstanding games. Percy Butler, Khalil Hudson. Let's talk about these guys to start it off. So you're going to get an outside zone toss here, kind of by Dallas. They're trying to attack the perimeter here. And you talked about last week, Chase Young setting vertical edges in the run game. But I see Chase doing a good job setting the run here, but I see Khalil setting a nice vertical edge and forcing that ball back.
Well, for the most part, what's really happening on here is Khalil is responsible for the runner.
Yeah.
So what he wants to do is he wants to get outside as quickly as he can to help set that vertical edge.
Right.
You know, Chase is getting double teamed.
Yep.
So Khalil gets up here, he hits the outside shoulder of the tight end, gets vertical, and now all of a sudden the running back's got to do what? Cut back into the pursuit.
Cut back into the pursuit, and let's talk about the pursuit a little bit. You know, one guy that I think I was really excited about was Percy Butler coming out of the draft because of his tremendous athletic qualities. And you get to see that here. Like, he is playing decisive and fast to the football, and he's ready to come with bad intentions.
Absolutely, and that's one of the things that we really appreciated about him when we were coming into the draft is we thought this was a young man that had the kind of quickness, speed that you needed, especially when you ask your safeties to come and get involved in the run defense.
Run defense, and he can cover, do some stuff. And, you know, Mayo ends up getting on this tackle as well, a guy that's been a big part of your defense the last couple of weeks. He deserves some credit here as well. Get on this tackle, and then guys just rounding the football and making hits. And that's kind of what was the thing all day long. Guys making plays. Here we go. They're kind of running like a trap here. Tackle's trying to work up to Khalil. I love how quickly he identifies it, because in the preseason, he had a hard time with some of this stuff. He had a hard time kind of playing fast, being decisive, and I see him decisively attacking this hole here. The running back says, oh no, I don't like that, I got to bounce it outside. And then again, it's like the dynamic duo here. Percy's running to the football.
Yes, and again, before we move it, look at Benny Potaye.
Yep.
He's a young man that got an opportunity to play for us. Showed very well against a quality center. He gets vertical into the crease and holds his point, and he forces the ball to bounce outside. We got a nice vertical edge, and then, as you said, we're playing fast in the secondary. We're getting downhill, and we're helping to set those edges and make plays.
Because I think people see that tackle, but it's really about these guys inside being stout. It's, you know, Payne being stout on the double. It's Benny being stout, right? It's guys sitting edges and being physical.
And the one thing you want is, especially against a team like Dallas, that you know, when Zeke is going downhill, he's dangerous. But when he's going sideways, that's when you have a chance to win.
That's where that belly becomes a disadvantage, coach, right? You gotta make sure you make him work lateral. And again, the speed here, the decisiveness, working for that football. And I love the energy. Like, he's ready to start a fight here. That's something that shows me he's got a little fire in his belly, and that's good to see.
But you know what? If you go back and you look at some of these young men that are out here, and I can point out this to you real quickly. You look at it again. All right. Big-time special teams contributor, big-time special teams contributor, big-time special teams contributor, and big-time special teams contributor.
Absolutely.
If you want to see the potential for your football team, look at how many guys play special teams, and when they get an opportunity to play, they play fast.
Because it shows you it's important to them. They play fast, and they're physical dudes, and that's what shows up pretty consistently throughout this game, right, Coach?
Yes, it
does. And again, just down in, down out, guys making plays here. Again, they're trying to get to this kind of truck toss play, attacking the perimeter. And one of the ways to kill that is to run fast to the football.
Right.
And you get guys showing up with violent intentions, rounding the football and making plays.
And the beautiful thing about this, again, talk about being physical. Watch Mayo, because he's going to attack the crack. And really, the crack does not want to block you when you're ready, because he sees you coming. He does not want to have any part of that.
That's bad body language, Coach. And that shoulder, head down, he doesn't want no part of that. And I, quite frankly, if Mayo's playing like that, I don't want any part of that either. Getting over the football and making a play. Great job by these guys, just running and being fast and being physical with the football. Again, Casey Steele has been a guy that showed up consistently throughout, setting a nice vertical edge here on the tight end. And then you talked about this. This got you fired up. Watch the hands, watch the hat here of Khalil Hudson.
Yeah, and this is one of the techniques that they're taught. They're taught to hit, strike, and shed using their hands, their forehead, you know, their face mask, just to protect themselves, but see where the ball carrier is going. And his technique was outstanding.
Outstanding there, and then great tackle by Forrest there. And coaches, there are a lot of things to be excited about. A lot of young pieces, a lot of speed, a lot of guys who love playing football. Gets me excited, even going to the offseason talking about this team. Coach, get to talk to you again one last time, which is always a pleasure for me. Obviously, great talking about a game that was a victory. I want to talk about some coverages, Coach, some third downs that came up in the game, and just with some stuff you guys did that I thought was really a lot of fun. This first clip is a Kendall Fuller interception. I want to talk a lot about, you know, off coverage, why that's important, why that helps Kendall get there, and then also just the general coverage structure, which you pointed out to me when we were getting ready, which totally blew my mind. So if you can kind of give us a little insight on this, that'd be great.
Okay, well, like you said, nothing like talking about a victory, especially one over Dallas.
Yeah, right.
Okay, but what we're doing right now, for the most part, is one of the emphasis was disguising coverages again. And if you look at what we've done, we're given a too deep shell look right off the bat, right off the bat. Okay, And so a lot of times what the quarterback will look is, especially when he sees a two safety split, his mindset is he's right now I have middle open, I've got some form of cover 2 or some form of cover 4.
Right.
Quarters. Okay, so then he's going to check outside, he's going to look at the corners, he goes, okay, they're both off, there's a good chance I've got some sort of 4 shell.
Yeah.
All right. But as we get into the call, and then Danny comes up in almost a press position.
Right.
And at the top, we're staying in a catch position. He could be thinking, hey, they're in quarter halves.
Right.
And because Kendall's off, he's thinking, okay, Kendall's going to rotate and give me a quarter halves look. He's going to work the quick throw, and that's exactly what happened, especially in this down and distance situation. It's a 3rd and 6, I believe.
Yep.
Okay, so what's going to happen is he's going to try and make the quick throw to pick up the first down.
Right.
But again, to what happens on the play, Kendall, again, knowing that he is really the deep outside third.
Right.
Okay, and because he's be able to play with his vision, he's in a good outside alignment.
Yeah, because this is actually cover 3.
Yes, because he is to the wide side of the field as well, so he can get in a nice position, knowing that if this guy does try to release outside and vertical, that's a tough throw for that quarterback because that is from the far hash.
Right.
He's also got the 60 safety to his side, and he'll pick up some vertical help as well. So again, a lot of things are playing into Kendall's favor right now because first of all, he's doing an excellent job of disguise.
Yep.
Okay. Danny, because of his movement, has worked in cahoots with him to get the quarterback to believe he has something that he really doesn't have.
And the other thing you mentioned, too, is he's able to play with vision because he's playing off. He's able to play with vision. So right when Dak hits the top of his drop, which is like a one-step go because it's a quick drop, he's able to make a break.
Correct.
So that vision of the football playing off in conjunction with the disguise, kind of forcing the football where you want it to go, allows him to make this play.
Absolutely. And again, if you go back to what happened in the Houston game, it's the same type of situation.
Yeah, and it's interesting because you guys have your quarter half, you have your quarters, but you also have your man coverages off of that too. So nice, kind of easy disguise. The next play is, again, you guys did great with your coverages all day long. Is this one right here? This is, again, the same coverage we just saw. It looks and feels a little different. You got Reeves over here over the slot guy. You got Khalid showing blitz. But just the thing that stood out to me was just the young guys playing different roles, passing concepts off, and making these throwing windows really tight for Dak.
Absolutely. And that's the thing that really worked was, again, good disguise. We're up, we're mugging the front, we're showing pressure.
Yep.
Okay, so now in his mind as the quarterback, okay, I'm getting pressure, but what they're showing me is zone pressure.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're going to play zone coverage off of a 5-man pressure.
Yeah.
He knows he's going to have a hole, but what happens is now we're not.
Yeah.
Okay, Leak comes out early. All right, gets himself set, and now we're playing a 3-deep umbrella at the top for the most part. So now he's got to go, and he's going through his entire progression. Because look where he's starting. He's starting to the right side of the field.
Yeah, and you can tell he looks very unsettled because this ball probably should go to CD here over the ball, but I love how Khalid and Forrest pass this off. That's one of the benefits of 3-deep is you get 4 underneath coverage players, and they get that covered up. And then again, Danny Johnson, young guys come on, last quarter of the year here, makes an excellent pass breakup.
Absolutely. A lot of it has to do with, again, disguise plays a big part of it. And really, if you look at what Khalid's doing, he's mugging the center.
Yeah.
So what he's doing is going to create 5 1-on-1s for the most part. Okay. But what they've done, too, now is they bring in the tight end, the back. Now they're looking to chip to help out on it. But even though that we get the extra guy out for coverage, okay, because now we've dropped the normal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
He doesn't have anywhere to throw the ball.
Yeah.
And again, what was important was because we mugged it, he called in the extra protection, and look how the tight end in the back come out late.
Yeah.
When those guys come out late in 3rd and long,
it's a big advantage.
It is a big advantage. Why? Because they may be open, but they're open for check down.
Yeah.
They're not open into the route. So again, disguise really helped us on that. Why? Because we were able to get them to bring in those 2 guys, and now they're not involved in the vertical routes.
Yeah, so it's really 3-on-6 in terms of coverage, which again favors you. Another thing that you guys did, and you do a good job of sprinkling these in, these zone pressures. Again, this is a 3rd and 10, and you kind of mentioned how you show pressure. Right? You showed pressure on the last time, and then you get this response from the offense. But what are the advantages, disadvantages of running a zone pressure, and why would you prefer this over maybe a man pressure?
Right. Well, where you are in certain aspects of it, and you sit there and you think to yourself, okay, if we're going to run a man pressure and they're going to chip their way out, you can't necessarily bring the extra guy. In other words, because the guy's he's releasing anyways.
Right.
And when you're chipping, what you're doing is you're helping to stymie the rush.
Right.
Okay. So again, that's what we're looking at. We're looking at the potential for that. They showed it to us earlier that they do it. So now in this particular instance, we've created the same thing. We got a 5-down look.
Yep.
Okay. And again, what we've done is because we've showed the 5-down look, we bring the extra pressure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We bring the extra pressure, which tells the quarterback he's got to speed his clock up. He's got to speed his clock up. And what's he do? He's got to throw it underneath.
Yeah.
Again, remember, anytime you have a guy in a chip position,
yeah.
okay, it takes him a little bit longer to get into the route,
right.
so the back is not able to get into a vertical route. It's 3rd and 9, okay? Yep. And where's the ball thrown?
Yeah,
underneath.
And again, I know it's a completion, but it is a win for the defense.
Yes.
And it's a big reason is because of this pressure, right?
Correct.
You talked a lot about it. You kind of get these 5 1-on-1s, and you see the advantage of these 5 1-on-1s here.
Absolutely. Why? Because, again, it gets the quarterback a little something in his face.
Yep.
All right, he's moving away from the pressure, but he doesn't have time to hold the ball.
Right.
And wait for a route to get a little bit further down the field.
And you talk about Chase right there, and Chase and Montez, how they're working together.
Yes.
You know, they haven't got a ton of reps together necessarily, but the chemistry they have here to kind of run this stunt and get Montez open free, not open free, but get him a nice soft shoulder there by the center.
Absolutely, and that's exactly what you want. Is you want that soft shoulder. And again, if we could get him to hold on to Chase just a touch longer,
right.
It's a free hit, and in the end zone could be a positive thing for us, obviously.
Yeah, Coach. I mean, obviously, last game of the year you were playing for the playoffs, but I think there's a lot of positive things here to build from, and things that get you excited, and things you say, man, maybe this is the catalyst for something moving forward.
I believe it can be. I really do.
Yeah, Coach. I'm bummed we're not going to do any more of these, but hopefully next year we'll be doing these a lot more and talking about good football like always.
Well, I look forward to it.